89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. Yeah. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won the popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people...
I do, on the mandate, on... Donald Trump and his administration having a mandate. And we have to be super mindful and careful of this because he does not have a mandate. And what I mean by that is if you look at the numbers, just look at the facts.
Yes, Karen is struggling to belittle Trump win with this. But I'm not even concerned about her. What Stephen A.Smith did on this video, in fact, on the view, is extremely important. I want you to see the complete video. These people are insane. When I watch these people, sometimes though it's not something I follow every single day, they spew nonsense. Stephen A.Smith was asked some questions about this issue of Karen struggling to belittle Trump win by saying, oh, Trump doesn't have a mandate. Trump, you saw the beginning. Smith educate Joy Behar to a level she didn't expect this. She never wanted to respond because they believed that when they call up people, they're supposed to just answer questions the way they want. That is what they want to see every single time. But Smith was different. When something is good, we should say, yeah, it is good.
Haven't gone down since Trump took office.
Give him a little bit of time. Will you come back in a year or 2 years? Let's look at the halfway point because we all know everything takes time.
Well, he promised it on the first day.
He promises to take
anybody
steps.
that believed that's crazy.
He also said that it would probably be a little more painful to start with, but it would get better. We got to give him.
Everybody's waiting on that.
Well,
you're talking about contractors. Elon's a contractor too. Who looks into him?
There needs to be somebody.
Nobody questions his bills.
Do you trust Elon Musk?
Absolutely.
He's a government contractor. He's got business interests, whether in defense, internet, that kind of thing. He's also admitted to drug use. He smoked pot on the Joe Rogan show. Do you trust him as like a stable, rational, and reasonable person to be doing this job?
Yes.
Hey, he's a Republican. You ain't gonna talk him out of that.
There's potheads all over this country. Y'all sitting here trying to bash one man for what, 99% of this country, Republican or Democrat. Corbett, this whole dadgum town smokes pot. You're part of the Democrat Party in my book.
The conversation devolved quickly. We had not anticipated the emotional connection Minnie already felt with Musk.
This
He
is
did
over
it on
with.
TV.
He sat on TV and smoked pot.
Yes, do you
Well,
want
I
me to
haven't. I
pull up
don't
the
care.
video?
I'm saying it don't matter.
Let me pull up the
But that
video
makes him
for you.
unqualified to do a
Well,
job.
I'm just saying, does it...
Yeah, I mean,
Does the
she's
question
coming in
is-
here with ignorant arguments. She ain't talking facts.
Does it raise any questions about his
I can prove
judgment?
you a Democrat by the level of ignorance that you portray.
Let's
We
just
listen
show
to that
it.
all the time. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, please drain the swamp. While you there, get the job done. Please.
They'll probably go down the drain with it.
Yes, there is something I realized. Even watching CNN the other day, they made it clear Trump base is behind him. The Republican Party is following up Trump. They are supporting him 100%, while the Democrats have lost their base. They don't have people that are standing up to support them. That is the difference.
Now, in the polls, you're nearly tied with Pete Buttigieg, AOC, Governor Gretchen Whitmer. You have a higher favorability than John Fetterman and Vice President Harris. What do you make of this?
I make of it that citizens, particularly on the left, are desperate. And I mean it when I say it. I think I can beat them all. And I have no desire whatsoever to run for office. I am not a politician. I am not qualified. But I know this much. When you consider who's on the other side and how he's gotten away with saying very little, in terms of being coherent and articulating his thoughts clearly and concisely and what have you. This is not something that he's known to do, yet and still he has owned the Republican Party since 2015. Not only has he won, the Republican constituency has said, we don't want anybody else but him. We didn't want DeSantis, we didn't want Haley, we didn't want Christie, we didn't want Ramaswamy, we didn't want DeSantis, we didn't want anybody. We want him.
What does that say about the Republican Party?
It's not about what it says about the Republican Party. It's about what it says about the Democratic Party.
Why?
Because in the end, if you think about him being impeached twice, 34 felony counts or 34 felony convictions, and they still elected him president, it's not about him winning. It was an indictment against the Democratic Party and what the Democratic Party was offering to American citizens. We might sit up there and talk about, hey, you should be a party for the working class, which the Democratic Party was once known for. They're not known for that right now. Why? Because their message was catering towards others and towards other issues, and they forgot about the people that brought them there, that elevated the Democratic Party to what it was over these last few decades. That's why they lost. He didn't win.
Well,
the Democrats
lost. So Trump's only been in office for 6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won the popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it all, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate.
Yes, there is a place I disagree with Smith. He is trying to make a comparison like Trump is bad and the Democrat. No, Trump is good and the Democrats are bad. There is a point where he went further to talk about the Democrat Party right now. What they used to be, they are not right now. They promise and fail, and people realize it. Reason they are not backing them again. That is the truth. We saw during the Biden administrations, when things got bad, they changed the definitions of recessions. We saw it. Now, people should prepare. They will face, some difficulties, right? But along the way, Trump is going to adjust. He just came in struggling to tackle up some of these issues. A lot is going on. People should not go into judgment like I see Democrat struggling to, demonstrate, do this.
To everyone who's been stopping me lately and asking, Bill, if by some weird fluke Stephen A. Smith doesn't run for president, who are we going to get? Well, I'm going to tell you. But first, a word from common sense. The Democratic Party's current approval rating is 21%.
Coined this phrase, illiberal democracy, meaning when a majority of people vote for a party that then systematically gets rid of freedom of the press, gets rid of independent judiciary.
But the parks to be closed.
Look, you guys keep trying to create this fantasy land where Donald Trump is not popular, where Republicans are mad.
Republicans are mad. You shut down the town halls.
Can you name a single Democrat in Congress who's more popular than Donald Trump right now?
Listen,
Answer, no.
Scott,
the reality is Republicans are so happy with this. They're not upset about it.
No, they
The
are.
American people are happy about what's going on right now because for the first time in a long time, a president said,
Scott,
I'm actually going to reduce the size.
Whatever. I'll be honest. I don't think this network makes any other programming. So we can do whatever we want as long as we wrap before the new season of South.
Watch this moment where, of course,
when we talk about...
Go Dan. What's up, my brother?
It's all because of Trump. It is insane.
If we're over there, our economic interests are over there. Yeah, these are real enemies.
Like, I think that they actually want to kill me. I mean, the reason I know this, well, they say so online. You know, there's like Reddit forums where they don't just want to kill me; they want to desecrate my corpse. You know.
Wow. I know I'm going to get killed on social media for admitting that, but so be it. And the fact is that it doesn't matter whether Vice President Vance planned it or just took the opportunity to bait Zelensky. Zelensky took the bait. Okay.
Yeah.
And
what happened at the White House today?
Today, Donald Trump irreparably destroyed the 80-year-old post-World War II international order.
An Oval Office ambush of an American ally that will reverberate all around the world and stain America's image for years to come.
That was, to say the least, the most contentious confrontation between world leaders perhaps we have ever seen, certainly on television.
It was a truly historic moment, not in the good way. One that I fear realigned the world order, upending the only foreign policy consensus that most living Americans and Europeans have ever known.
A complete and utter mess. We don't gain anything by acting like bullies, and this is what bullies do.
I think there's no question that this was a setup. You heard Donald Trump say at the end of that clip you played, this is great television.
To issue an apology tonight?
Absolutely.
All right, but what else is going on? Not much in the Oval Office to discuss the big turnaround that the country has done, where Trump says now he's the dictator.
Statement for sure to say that it is one of the most astonishing moments that we have ever seen happen.
Adam. Go there. What's up, my brother?